Again, just putting those columns in the same order that I did. Time on the left, temperature on the right, and making sure you have all those numbers across from the time that they were measured. All of the degrees Celsius. Anybody need help? Aren't sure where to put these values? And then you're going to enter in all the values in the picture. Type in 0, 1, all the way down to 10. So you're just copying it on the keyboard. You're going to do the same thing for the temperature in the next column. Anybody else? Yes. You don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to see. Okay. Once you have all this information in, you're going to click in this top box, and you're just going to click and drag so that all of your information is inside that blue selection box. Click and drag so that it's all inside a blue selection box. Anybody need help doing that? I had some people just highlighting them all blue last period, so I want to make sure we can do this. Okay, once you have completed your click and drag to highlight all of that, then we are going to, I'm going to zoom out so that you can see it the way you're going to see it on your screen. You have this top box over here that it's literally a square, and then it has 3 lines in it, and it looks like a bar graph, and it says insert chart. You're just going to click that. And it's going to create a graph for you. Anybody not able to find that box or not able to get it to come up? Because then it should bring up options on the side. And those options allow you to change the chart type, should be your first one. So if you click on that, I think for a lot of you, it brings up a line graph first. But then you have the option to make it a scatter plot, a line chart, a column chart, which is a bar graph that we don't want, an area chart. What I want you to do for this first one is stick with the scatter chart because we plotted the points first. Yes?
How do you do that?
Hold it and pull it all the way down. And then you're going to click this box. Mm-hmm. So make sure you go ahead and you click on the chart type and you change it to scatter plot. Now let's say you didn't follow directions because last period really struggled with following directions, and you typed the temperature on the left and the time on the right. If you see down here, if you click on the x-axis, you can click which column you want to be on the x-axis in case you messed it up and your temperature's on the bottom instead of on the side. So you can change that. You can do the same. The series says is your y-axis, in case that is confusing to any of you. Any questions about that? Now, when we just put this in like this, did it give it the same title that we wrote on the board? No. So what we want to do is we want to double click on our title. And we're just going to get rid of this versus time and minutes. And we're going to write of a certain blue liquid. And make it the same title that we want. And then you can click off of that and it should just automatically save it for you. Any questions so far? So when we turn these in, anytime I ask you to make a graph in Google Sheets, what I'll need you to do is if you are still clicked on your graph, if you're not clicked on your graph, click on it. If you're in the sheet, if I'm off here, you don't see any of that information, but when I click on it, these 3 dots come up. So click on your graph and then click on the 3 dots. And if you scroll down to download, it gives you the option to download as a PNG, a PDF, or a scalable vector graphic. If you do the PNG, it doesn't download all the information every time. So I want you to click PDF document. And you should get a download that has the same title as your chart title. If anybody doesn't get that, let me know. Any questions? Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to create your own graph for the next one. And so you're going to need to do a new sheet. So the way that you do that, in the very bottom left corner, you have a sheet, and you click that little plus button, and it just creates a blank one. Your other one is still there, but you have a new space to create this second graph. So you're going to use the information from the graph on the last page to create a digital one, and you're going to download that one too. When you get finished, there's a spot in Google Classroom, or there will be. I don't think I've created yours yet. Use. Okay, so it says post your graphs here, right under September 20th through 24th. When you get finished, I want you to upload both of your graphs to that assignment to turn in, and then turn your packet back into the basket. So I'm going to need your hard copy back, and I want you to turn your digital copies of your graphs in. For the second one that you make on your own, I want you to make that one a line graph. So the first one we did a scatter plot. The second one, I want you to make a line graph. You got about like 10 to 12 minutes to do the second one, and then we're going to move on and finish and go to your notes that we need to get through today. All right, accuracy versus precision. Continue your notes here. Accuracy is how close you are to the actual value. It depends on the person measuring and is calculated by the percent error formula. Percent error formula is your measured value minus the accepted value divided by the accepted value times 100. Precision is how close your measurements are to each other. So they depend on the measuring tool, and they're determined by the number of significant figures. Anybody need more time on this one? Okay. Okay, accuracy and calculating percent error. So when you've calculated your percent error, an acceptable error is plus or minus 5% away from the accepted value. If values are less than minus 5% or greater than plus 5%, then you have to remeasure within your experiment. Anything within that 5% is acceptable. All right. Accuracy and precision may be demonstrated by shooting at a target. So for accuracy, it would be represented by hitting the bullseye. The bullseye would be the same thing as the accepted value. If you can hit that, that means that you are accurate. Precision is represented by a tight grouping of shots that are finely tuned. So if you had three shots that you take and they're all in the same spot, they can be precise, but just because you're precise doesn't mean that you're accurate, because you can be precise on that outer ring and not have hit the target. Anybody need more time? Okay. Okay, you don't have to write this part down, but accuracy and precision. If we have accuracy and precision, then all three of your shots that you take would be in a tight grouping, and they would also hit the bullseye. Accuracy without precision, where do we think those are going to be? On the bullseye, but are they going to be near each other? Okay. So they're all on or near the bullseye, but they are not close to each other. So they're fairly accurate, but not precise. What about precision without accuracy? Where are these going to be? Close together, but not on the bullseye. Very good. And last one, no precision or accuracy. Where are these going? Everywhere. Everywhere but the bullseye and not close to one another. Very good. Right, so now we're going to watch this video about accuracy and precision.